Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome to the Sunday action in the Do Gaming League. My name is Noxville. Joining me is DeMoNiK for some Do Gaming League action here, sponsored by Asus. And I think this is going to be a cracker of a game. Very important game for both teams. Energy Esports currently sitting in fifth position. A little bit of a lackluster season from them. NSD, meanwhile, came in late into the season and managed to skyrocket themselves to a great season. They've only dropped one game, not even one match, just one game against BVD Blue, and their big match against Bravado Black up on Tuesday, and that's going to be a cracker of a game. Meanwhile, the game at hand, Energy want to restore some pride to their team, and NSD definitely want to keep the clean sheet. What do you have to say, DeMoNiK? Are you excited to be part of the action here?
Absolutely. I caught NSD in action a couple of days ago. They played against IFG, or LIB, it was LIB I believe, who they managed to take down. So I'm very excited. NSD, obviously, because they had pick and play, some of their matches have been happening quite late, but they've been racking up the wins one at a time. So if they win this, I believe they are in first position or tied for first position.
They'll be in first position. Bravado Black have to play LIB tomorrow evening at about 7 o'clock, I think. So that's just one more game that they have. So both teams would be undefeated at that stage, but it would just be a case of Bravado having played one less game but having dropped no games, NSD playing one more game, dropping one game against BVD Blue.
Exactly. It's all down to technicalities at the moment, and it's going to be down to these last 3 days actually to see who actually finishes in last place. So every game now is going to be exciting, I think.
Reserve time. It's also an important match coming up next is Energy Esports versus VNR, and obviously the winner of that. I mean, there's a lot on the line there, but VNR want to make an upset, want to get. I don't think it can actually save them from relegation.
No, it can't.
Playoffs. But it definitely could put eN in a precarious position, mainly because eN forfeited one of their games against Bravado Blue when they couldn't play.
Yeah.
So they didn't even get the participation points. Although they're at 3 wins at the moment, they're actually at 2.99 wins. They're just off 3 wins. But let's have a look at the game at hand. We have bans coming out here: Batrider, Nyx Assassin, Ember Spirit, as well as Centaur. First pick is the Invoker by Energy Esports, and that's a hero that we're going to see Dota Arena probably be playing in the mid.
Oh yeah.
Team pick.
NSD followed it up with a Potom, which I enjoy. NSD tend to have their own style of play compared to some of the other teams in the Premier Division. Energy Esports is another one that also has quite a distinct style. They prefer very gank orientated heroes, things like Slark and that kind of thing, to win the mid game. But they have been struggling with their laning stage, so it's going to be interesting to see. Invoker, I think, will help with that in some resorts. It depends if they put it middle or put it in the safe lane, obviously.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting to see. I'm interested to see what we might see an AA pickup coming from NSD here.
Yeah, NSD have been known to play Mirana, Slark, and SK as a priority pick. Oh, there goes the Sand King. But yeah, they really build around having a core set of heroes and then variations on that. So right now, I mean, for Energy, what did they ban? Did they ban the Bane that can combo so well with the Potom? Did they ban the Slark, which is so good in the mid game and in the mid lane? Really, so many options on the table here. But Mirana and Raping Ninja's hands, definitely a great start. He's regarded by many as the big player of NSD in terms of his Potom plays.
Definitely.
With the bans coming out as they are, I mean, there are a couple other heroes that we haven't really looked at. Bristleback is certainly one. The Ancient Apparition, as you mentioned, now picked up by Energy Esports. So at 2 heroes apiece, I think both sides are in a good position here. The ban of the OD is just securing mid lane for Invoker. I don't know if you caught any of the Bravado Black versus Energy games, but it was really a situation where it was Dota Arena playing Morphling mid, and he just got so shut down by Seam on Viper. So I caught the end of that, yeah. This is definitely going to be a situation where they make mid lane as easy as they can for Dota Arena, just so he has an impact in the game, and not really out of the game by 10 minutes type of thing.
Reserve time.
Yeah, the OD sort of gives away that they will most likely be putting the Invoker middle. We have been seeing some Invokers in the safe lane, which I quite enjoy, just because it generally secures him a one-on-one matchup with a decent farm as he heads into the mid game. We're going to see a Luna ban coming out as well, so NSD don't want to see the sort of double damage combo of Luna plus Ancient Apparition in the early game. That is devastating, and it's really good in a tri lane as well. So And the Bane's going to come out. So Shadow Demon is
ban.
still in the pool if NSD want to do something like that. But on the other hand, Energy Esports could also pick up a Shadow Demon and perhaps pair it up with the Invoker Sunstrike combo as well. So that is an option that could play well into both sides at the moment.
Just a couple of people asking how they can join in here. So for those of you who
5 seconds
are
remaining.
watching, then feel free to let your friends know about this game. This is one of the important games in the Do Gaming League Premier Division. I mean, so many teams. How many teams are in Do Gaming at the moment? It's like 200 teams nearly or something like that.
We've had some. It was 273 at the start of the summer league. I think we're probably down about 30 teams or so, but we're still in the 200s, definitely.
So there's that Bane ban for the Mirana, and the Venomancer ban just as a good combo with Ancient Apparition. Such a strong hero also the Invoker. If you go the Quas heavy build, you have Cold Snap and the slow with constant DPS coming out from the Venomancer. Once his Venomous Gale gets level 2, Ancient Apparition with the Cold Feet, like it's pretty much perma-stunning someone. And
Reserve time.
I think the one thing about NSD is their bans are always very well targeted. They never like have a like a what the hell type of moment ban, as we do see from some of the other teams.
Yeah, but I really like NSD, the fact that they seem to research every team very well. They always ban heroes that are the other team's favorites, and that's become quite apparent as they've played their games throughout the season.
Yeah, but you do, and we do have NSD first pick in the second phase. What are they going to go for? So they've probably got. Okay, they're going for a Doom. This is very interesting.
Radiant
they're going to be
team
playing
pick.
quite a. I mean, when you look at those three heroes like that, it just reeks of Cloud9. The Eternal Envy Doom, the Sing Sing Bottom, Pala Die Sand King. I mean, just classic picks coming out here. But does this mean safe lane Doom and an aggressive tri lane by NSD, or does it mean we can just have a jungle Doom with a dual lane safe lane, and we're going to be looking for a mid lane hero and a off lane hero? I mean,
their picks are very open, so I mean it's really up to them to where they want to go.
True, but Energy also have very open picks. I mean, the only thing they're really committed to is the fact that Ancient Apparition and Rubik are going to be supports. They could be running 2 dual lanes and then solo mid something. They could be running safe lane Invoker, another mid hero, and then an aggressive tri lane. But Ancient Apparition and Rubik are quite weak. So Sand King stun into Mirana Arrow is pretty much like a kill on one of those straight away.
Oh, absolutely. The supports are very squishy on the side of EN,
5
so
seconds
running an
remaining.
aggressive tri lane might go badly for them if they decide to do it. They might just decide to get some levels up on their
Reserve
Rubik and Ancient
time.
Apparition, who both are looking for their level 6 quite early into the game. Just maybe secure some farm in the Radiant Bush, because it's quite easy to do as long as it's not warded, and then get up a quick level 6 on the Ancient Apparition and Rubik, which could turn team fights quite quickly, especially if the Rubik grabs something like a Doom or Sand King stun.
Yeah, the other thing is that Ancient Apparition, Rubik can telekinesis to pull creeps from his own jungle hard camp. And if that's something that we see Zero doing here, I assume it will be Zero actually on the Rubik, but it might be LGP. I'm not sure exactly who's going to play what. Like, Zero is normally their Rubik player, but I haven't seen LGP play a lot of Ancient Apparition. And so yeah, we'll have to see how that develops, but we do have a lot of time being used up by NSD here, trying to go on that 4th pick. This is their last pick of the second phase, and they can't reveal their strategy too early, as there's still one ban and another pick coming up by Energy Esports. So they're going to go Lion, and this is very, very interesting. We're going to see Lion mid.
Pick.
This would be an old classic, really. But I think we could be seeing an aggressive tri lane here. Lion, Sand King, Mirana, and then safe lane Doom.
The triple stun combination is deadly, and it gives them a lot of team fight potential, as well as a really decent tri lane with the Lion, Sand King, and Mirana. I mean, even if they miss a stun, there's still 2 stuns and a hex remaining if they want to kill a hero. So it's going to be really easy for them to, especially once they sort of hit level 2, level 3, to get a couple of kills on those supports if they decide to run aggressive. But the Timbersaw pickup is going to be quite good. I feel Timbersaw hasn't been seeing as much play of late,
5 seconds
but
remaining.
it's still a really good hero. That pure damage is always effective, and I'm actually quite glad to see him here. It's been a while.
Radiant team banned.
And they ban out the Bog, which is interesting because, I mean, normally Bogs in the off lane, Timbersaw's played in the off lane as well. I mean, we could see a switcheroo safe lane Bristleback against the off lane hero of NSD, and that would leave them to go aggressive tri lane or something like that. But I don't really like aggressive Bog that much.
No,
Five
it
seconds remaining.
tends to be either massive victories or crushing defeats with the Bristleback and the
Reserve
offlaner.
time.
Either goes really well or really badly. So Timbersaw is a sort of a better intermediate pick. He'll give you damage throughout the early and mid game, as well as having some tank because of his reactive armor. So we're going to see a Viper ban coming out from Energy
Dire
Esports
team
as
pick.
their last ban. So they're obviously thinking that NSD are probably still looking for a middle hero, if I was to guess. I wonder what NSD are actually going to pick up for as their last hero. I mean, they have a lot of stun. They've got Doom. They've got Podham's ulti to get them invis in team fights. So they've got good initiation. They've got good shutdown, and they have a lot of disable. So they're really just maybe looking for something with a little bit of physical damage, just to
5 seconds
add some
remaining.
meat. Actually, they're going to pick up a Storm Spirit, so they're going for
Red
mobility.
team pick.
So the one thing, I mean, the two heroes which are like in the professional circuit in the last month, which have been picked up the most, but we don't see in this game picked or banned, Nature's Prophet and Dazzle. So, I mean, could be seeing that Nature's Prophet, I guess, but other than that, I don't really know what's going to happen here. We're going to see a Morphling. This is very, very interesting here.
It's an interesting pickup, especially since there is a Doom already in the pool. Doom is quite effective in shutting down the Morphling, if you can get the Doom off. But I suppose it also gives quite a lot of targets for the Doom to actually Doom, because you sort of want to shut down Invoker, Morphling, and Timbersaw all at the same time. But they do have enough stun, I feel, to be able to do that quite effectively anyway. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in so far. This has been the opening draft by NSD up against Energy Esports in the Do Gaming League. My name is Noxville. Joining me is DeMoNiK, and we're going to just be taking you through the teams. I'll take you through NSD side. We're going to have Raping Ninja, as expected, on his signature Podham. Make My Day on his signature Sand King. We got Circus Ninja going to be playing the Lion. And we've also got Santo going to be playing the Storm Spirit. The top lane, we're going to have Cloud going to be playing solo safe lane on his Doom. So it's going to be Timbersaw versus Doom. This is going to be good. Take us through the Energy side.
Sure, on Energy Esports, we've got Zero, who's going to take up the role of the Rubik. We've got LGP, who's actually going to play the Ancient Apparition. It looks like they're going to be bottom lane with Clitzy Bananas, who's going to take up the Morphling. In the middle lane, we've got Dotarino, who's going to look to try and get up some early farm on his Invoker middle. And in the off lane, we've got Random Hero, who's going to be playing on Timbersaw, a hero that he quite likes, actually.
Yeah, we also see the Resolution, Quas Heavy build, pull 2 tangos, and Blades of Attack. So, 50 damage and on the side of Invoker, 55 on Storm Spirit, but we will see probably level 4, so he'll probably pick up 1 or 2 levels in Exhort, I would think.
Yeah, just to get that lane advantage from the Storm Spirits. I've played quite a lot of Invoker. I really enjoy the hero. So, getting a couple of levels up on Exhort just to help with the last hitting is really good against the Storm Panic, because you can shut it down quite effectively.
It depends on if he's going to go for that Fire Spirit build, or if he's going to be going for just early Wex and just the Speed Voker build. The lanes are developing now. We have one ward over here, which is a little bit weird. I mean, normally you would expect to see that on this side over here, just providing a little bit of vision across to see where the Invoker is going. Is he going to go bottle in this game is another important decision. And now the people are revealing in the bot lane. Line with the DD. And he's going to move in the side here. He's going to get a stun. Arrow's going to miss. Now they can turn this around. The Circus Ninja took a lot of damage there. He's only got 450 HP at the stage of the game. I mean, that's even less than the Ancient Apparition and the Rubik.
I'm quite surprised that Zero actually didn't pick up the Lion there. If he picked him up, they could have gotten a kill. They do have Chilling Touch level 1, plus Clitzy Banana hadn't used his spam, so they probably could have killed the Lion there. So it's probably a missed opportunity from eN there for first blood.
And in the top lane, it's going to be, I think, a good time for Random Hero if he maxes out Whirling Death and a couple of levels in Timber Chain just in case there's a gang coming in. But he's got, there's a lot of pressure on Random Hero to do well here. Mid lane, I mean, it's a pretty, fine lane, I think, for both heroes. Storm Spirit, obviously, can take a lot of damage and Cold Snap and gets harassed out the lane early on, but once he hits 6, he's fine. In the top lane, though, it's a different story. Timbersaw really should be wrecking Doom, I think, in the early levels. We do see that the first creep being devoured was that Satire, so he's got Shockwave and, more importantly, the Unholy Aura. The one issue with Unholy Aura is that it starts pushing your lane a lot more than you'd want. And for Timbersaw, he's 100% fine with that.
Yeah, that Timbersaw's going to have no problem just keeping these heroes at bay from his tower. He's got plenty of spam to hold it back. Plus, he's taken an early creep advantage lead. He's 6-1 to Doom's 4. Doom is not going to struggle. Obviously, he's got the Devour to help him out and keep him up in the GPM. We might actually see an early Midas from him, but it may be important for him to get up a little bit of armor or some HP regen just against the Timbersaw, just to make sure that he can stay in the lane for as much as possible. But Random Hero is doing a good job here so far, and I imagine that he'll continue to do so. Middle is I think it's going to be very important for Energy Esports to rotate out of bottom. Morphling should be fine there as long as he doesn't get stunned. But I think it's more important that they get an early kill on the Storm Panda in middle before he gets his level 6, because that'll give not only the Invoker an advantage, which is really problematic for the Storm Turret to come back from, but it also will provide some extra levels for the supports, which is also going to be integral in their mid game.
Yeah. One other interesting thing is that Clitzy took Waveform level 1, so it's weird that he wouldn't take the Morph. I mean, Morph level 1 just gives you 3 bonus agility. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is pretty significant in terms of being able to get those last hits in. I mean, Waveform is very nice, and it is greedy to take Morph, but if you take Waveform early on, you actually do want to use it so that you put it on cooldown. You get the mana started regenerating back. You know, there's a lot of benefits in that. Either that or don't take a spell. I think that Ancient Apparition also is in that same case. Not taking a spell could be a lot better. Yeah,
that's just at the end of the day, that's probably to different players' playstyles. Some people like to just leave their spells open. Some people like to take their spells and just know that they have the getaway. Klitzy Bananas, in this case, is I think he was just a little bit worried about the stuns, the fact that they have 3 level 1 stuns in the game, so he wanted to take his Waveform just to make sure that if he does get stunned, that the arrow wasn't going to hit him. So
he could have just taken nothing then.
Yeah, he could have taken. Arguably, he could have taken nothing. Yeah, same with. But I suppose with only 1 disable at level 1 with telekinesis, they probably fear for their lives, I imagine.
Raping Ninja has gone for the Wraith Band and Tangos. Lion, pretty much no stat items, just a little bit of regen and some consumables. And Sand King also, just 2 Tangos for him. I think Sand King's got quite a good buff in the form of, indirect buff through the Blink Dagger getting buffed.
Absolutely, yeah.
He doesn't need to have the Arcane Boots, so it's just 1,000 gold that you don't need to farm up to become effective.
I must say, I actually really enjoyed the changes they made to Blink Dagger. It's made a lot more heroes viable. We've seen a lot more Slardar, things like Centaur, Warrunner, even Axe, things that have had mana problems since the dawn of time in Dota, especially with getting a Blink Dagger,
ES now, are definitely the big ones.
Yeah, now with the ability to get that Blink Dagger and it costing no mana to be able to blink, has changed the game for the better, I feel. I think just because it's opened up even more heroes to the scope, to the point that I think Dota's pretty much in the widest it's ever been in terms of heroes that are in the pool and are actually being picked in the professional scene.
Yeah, we do see that. I mean, Ancient Apparition is currently sitting at in the last month in a professional round that crashed. We do see that Ancient Apparition has got a 51% win rate, which is generally you can't just look at win rates and say this is significant or this isn't significant, but I think the significant part is that is a huge rise from recent, from the month before that. Yeah. That's it's actually pretty huge.
Well, I think Ancient Apparition is one of those sort of tree-like heroes that Ice Frog continually buffed, and no one sort of paid attention until they realized that Chilling Touch was just far too strong a spell at level 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the other big one is Lycan. I think Lycan's sitting at nearly a 70% win rate in professional games, and that's not just because he's played 10 games and won 7. It's huge. Oh, they're coming around here. Might be scouting out LGP. Gets the hit off, and LGP's in a lot of trouble here. Gonna get picked up. The stun comes forward, and he's gonna try Self to live here, but he gets poked down by NMD. Just getting the last bit there.
First blood on the sand strikes the
perfect that note. Was a little bit of an overextension on Ancient Apparition. He couldn't see around the corner, so he was standing quite Did he see the SK running around the bush? I think he did. They were creeps quite close.
I think he poked out and saw he did, and he trying to move back and run down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rubik and the Ancient Apparition, I mean, all these heroes in the bottom lane are quite weak. They need to stand quite far back. It'll be a little bit harder now that there's a Ring of Basilis up. But I think the one issue, or the one nice thing here, is just that there's a line in this lane. If we saw Lina in this game, I think that this lane would be a lot stronger, actually. SK Lina is an old classic combination. And it's a lot stronger because of the spammability of your spells. And like the level dependence isn't as high on Lina as I feel it is online.
Yeah, well, Lina I think is possibly my favorite Dota character of all time. So whenever she gets picked, I get excited. Looks like we're going to have a gank middle here. Zero is looking to try and make a play here middle. He's got a haste, so he can go in, but he's only level 1, so he doesn't have a follow-up spam. He's just going to be able to telekinesis, so it looks like he's just going to go back. Clissy Bernard's in trouble bottom. Stuns are going in.
He's been morphing too much here, so as a result he's not going to be able to have enough to waveform off. So 2 kills early on, Zero is coming back. And I think this is just like bad communication by the players here. They really should have said, okay, well, Zero's not on the lane, we're going to play a lot more passively than we are.
I think it's a good play from NSD as well. They saw Zero pick up the rune with their own ward rune, and they knew that the only stun in eN's lane was gone, and the perfect time to kill Clitsy Bananas, which is exactly what they did.
And we see the Wex heavy build coming out here by Invoker. He finishes up his phase boots. So you're going to see this intense racing by him now. He's going to just try to get up to, you know, probably once he's got his first item, he'll be able to start roaming around, whether that's a 4-star, or whether he does like the kind of current signature post boots or post trades Midas.
He's just decided to go for the face boots, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, what I was saying is like, you see Cloud9 players, like especially Eternal Envy, huge fan of let's go trades and then afterwards let's pick up that Midas. So very, like a little bit of a delayed Midas.
Cloud9 tends to be fans of Midas on every level, I think, no matter what the time. But this tri-lane, I'm very worried. Clitsy Bananas is not getting that much farm. Meanwhile, NSD are currently sitting number 1 and number 2. Santo is actually doing really well in middle lane. He is getting getting harassed out, so he's going to have to go back to base, which is going to allow the Invoker a bit of time to get some CS. But he was actually ahead by almost 10 CS there.
Very important. Very important that he got harassed out of lane before he hit level 6, because this means that there's no risk of him being able to directly TP into lane and make a kill.
Regeneration.
I think this bottom lane's like not going very well for eN, but it's going okay. If they can either make a kill or just not die for the next few minutes, they can definitely make a play.
They know that the Sand King is out here and to the side somewhere, and they looks like eN want to try to do it, but they are scared at the same time, because that's quite a bad place to get bottom arrowed if you happen to get caught. Random Hero is actually starting to lose the farm wall here at top. He's decided just to go one reactive armor for the meantime. We've got action going on bottom.
They pick off Zero, but Circus Ninja dies as well, so 1-for-1 trade I think is okay, support for support. I mean, it is a level 3 support, and Lion's nearly a full level ahead of the Rubik, so it obviously would be better if eN managed to make the kill before their own player died. And Megma Days also picked up a magic one, so has Marana. It's just a situation where everyone realizes that this is going to be an intensive lane. Let's make the most of it, get as many spells as they can. Santa's level 6 now, so despite Rubik coming in here level 3, I don't think there's going to be very much they can do here. He's got way too much mana for them to gang into. He's going to have to drop an EMP and do it very effectively.
Yeah. He's going to have to get his combination off perfectly if he wants to kill Sansa from now on.
Oh, and Sansa balls away as soon as Rubik smoke dissipates. The top rune's the invisibility rune. Top lane there's a Doom going off onto random hero. And he's going to be running back as quickly as he can. No level death up here. Sometimes you like to...
Clitsy Bananas is in trouble. Bottom all the arrow misses.
Oh, arrow misses, and here's that Starfall, but the wave away. Clitsy Bananas still getting blocked by his own creeps. And Megma Day's got another stun. He digs down. Oh, and Brother LGP just trying to do some good work over there. A nice sandstorm and the salve getting used with this, so no kill, but great play I think by both MMD and also by Clitsy Bananas and LGP, turning it around and forcing the Sand King to retreat, otherwise he's just gonna die.
Clutch plays all around there. Wow, I mean, Clitsy Bananas was a sliver from death, using the last of his mana just to get up that one last one last point in strength to actually survive the last hit. Plus, I think he used a salve there somewhere between as well to stop another last hit.
Yeah, he did indeed. And
So-
we see Zero. I just don't understand why Zero isn't moving back and just pulling these Hellbear smashes into the lane. I think that would just set him up for getting some gold, getting some experience.
Yeah, they could be using the Rubik a lot more just to keep these creeps back in the lane and provide Clitzy Bananas with farm. He's only at 6 last hits at 7 minutes, and he's at less than a creep a minute at the moment, which is not really where you want your character to be, considering the bottom has 33 CS, so she's doing just fine. She's got no problems.
And also a kill and 2 assists, I guess.
Yeah, so she's doing absolutely fine, and they really need to think about getting Clitzy as much farm as possible. He may even think about trying to get a late Midas just to try and catch up.
Yeah, we see that Cloud's also going actually for a Midas. Got the gloves of haste, nearly enough for it. This is another interesting situation here. NSD tried to move mid to make a gang on the Invoker, but instead Invoker's gone top, and now he's getting a counter gang by the two of them who are heading into the top lane.
The Doom is up, the smoke has been broken, so they know.
Oh, dodging the dig. This could actually be a turnaround here. A lot of great damage coming out, and Circus Ninja. Oh, nearly managed to sneak away there with a wonderfully timed wand, but not good enough. I don't know if that was worth it though for Invoker's time here. I mean, Santo's picked up and taken the experience lead. He's going for a drums build, so not actually going for like a killing build in the next couple of seconds.
Yeah, and they didn't use the Doom or any other important spells, so I think NSD will just shrug it off and move on. Sure, they lost a support hero, but it wasn't the end of the world considering that Sansa was farming just fine in middle.
Yeah,
So
and
much-
it also wasn't the Doom. So the Doom's got his Midas up now. So have a quick look at the golden experience advantage. It's about 2,800 gold. And in terms of experience, about 900 gold, both going the way. I mean,
Radiant's
900
middle
experience,
tower is under
both going the way of NSD. I mean, to expect that they got
Radiant
first
structures
blood,
are fortified.
and they also got another 2 kills in the bot lane. They've had a Doom farming more successfully than random hero right now.
Yeah, the Doom's sitting at 48 last hits. Actually, all top, it looks like we've got some action. Bottom, I heard a SK stun going in Zero. Bottom arrow's going to land on Dotarino actually, so the Invoker TP'd in, but he's going to be useless in this fight. Lion looks like it's going to be the casualty here. There is a Sentry Ward that just took down a ward, so he is going to be seen and get taken down.
Yeah, the Potter multi getting blown there. And mid
Radiant's
lane is
middle
just going to be a
tower is
little bit
under
of pressure
attack.
coming up by Santos, so...
We have all 5 heroes from eN in the bottom lane at the moment.
Yeah, Dotarino's realized this. He's going
Yeah.
back mid to just get some experience. I think that Timbersaw's done well enough to get a couple of levels. I'm not sure about this Orb of Venom. It is quite cute in the melee versus melee lane, but I don't know if it was a necessity. Getting an early Bloodstone definitely would be a lot more helpful. He's going to have a haste rune here, and this could be a very good turnaround here. Zero's going to lift up, should be salving as soon as he possibly can. Does get it one spell off.
Radiant's
Zero's in a
top
little bit of
tower is
trouble
under
here,
attack.
but
We're detecting
we're going to see that
suckers.
Rapping Ninjas and going to just TP out there. Excellent play, but with that kill, this
Green
series of
Dude's
kills
top
is going to go up to
fin is about to
4-4,
get
so
knocked over.
equal scores, equal kills for the first time in this match since the beginning, really.
Yeah, eN did really well there just to stop the casualties.
Radiant's
The
top
bottom was
tower is
so
under
close
attack.
to being seen. There was one lost tree that was hiding him while he was TPing. It was really unlucky from random heroes. A good attempt from him. But the pressure on this bottom lane has just left Cloud up here, and he's going to push this T1 tower with... There is going to be a TP coming in, so it looks like they are wanting to defend it. Dotarino's going to come in, he's going to cast an EMP, and
Oh,
Might
and he
actually-
gets the cold snap as well.
might actually get Cloud here, yeah?
Great play there by Dotarino. If he got doomed there, he would have just been feeding, but he got the spell combos off. Played like a king. But yeah, it's kind of like this weird situation. If they gang top and they gang the
Radiant's middle
Doombringer, then
tower is
mid
under
pushes
attack.
and bottom farms. If they gang bottom, then mid and top push. So this Ancient Apparition gets off a nice little zap there. Santo taking some good damage as well.
Yeah, this is just, I would say, good play from NSD, just making sure that eN are forced to react. It looks like Clitzy Bernardus is in trouble. He's already started morphing strength, so he's losing
Now
mana.
green dudes.
As fast as the Raging Ninja, the arrow comes in, and another pot of star falls, and Clitzy Bernardus is going to go down. The triple stun is just too much for him. And they're going to get a T1 bottom
Mad
here.
Dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
This could be a situation where not having a Rubik, having something like a Dazzle, could have actually really turned the lane around a lot.
Yeah, Dazzle's heal is really good. It does a lot of damage and also helps in keeping your support alive. Plus, once he gets Weave, that is a really good spell just because it gives your team armor plus gives the opposing side minus armor, which is going to make your Morphling do significantly more damage in team fights. So the Dazzle might have been a good pickup. Definitely.
Yeah,
Dota Arena's decided to go for the drums, which...
yeah. And getting in just a bit, or just at the same time that Mirana actually picks up her drums, maybe a little bit later. But this is a situation where, like, I don't know if drums is necessarily the best build. I think early 4-stars would be so helpful given the triple stun combination. You know, like one hero starts getting locked down, just force them away, get them back to safety.
It also helps in trying to get away from the... there's just so much mobility coming out from FoJ at the moment. Looks like Make My Day is just going to get absolutely destroyed middle. Ancient Apparition ulti plus a full combination from Dota Arena is going to make sure that he goes down. There's a lot of spells used for support. They could definitely be pushing this tower.
Tower is under attack.
Raping Ninja's looking for Clitsy Bananas. Are we going to see the arrow come out? Circus Ninja's moving forward. Clitsy's got to play it safe. Nice cheeky little arrow just glances off the bottom of... the Morphling, and he's going to be just fine. But
Random Heroes going down top in the meantime by Santo and Cloud. Doom was used.
And for the first time, it's going to be eN looking for the counter push in the lane. Dota Arena, though, not really the fastest pusher in the game, and at the same time, there's a good response by Circus Ninja to get you. He's got phase boots up, so he still only has like 570 HP, but he's in a position that he moves fast and he gets the spells off that he needs. He's going for the 2-1, which is... Sorry, 3-1, 3-2, which is going to be, I think, the best build in this game. One level of mana drain will be helpful later if the Morphling does go for that Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, it's just it's going to help once they get things like 4-stars as well, just helping to catch up to the enemies. Because he's going to... Once the SK gets his blink as well, plus Bottom Leap, the line's going to be behind in a lot of the team fights unless he's got some movement speed behind him. So I actually quite like the phase we pick up there. Santo looks like he's going to go in and Zero is going to get caught. Dota Arena's going to cast his MP. Ancient Apparition ulti is going to go off. Looks like Santo may actually be trouble here. The Ancient Apparition ulti misses, but Circus Ninja in the meantime is going to go down to 3 heroes from eN. And they're going to... Looks like they're racing after the bottom and the center, but I think both the heroes are going to be just fine.
I think that was definitely... still for the favor of NSD. They got baited out 2 TP responses there, and we also saw that both supports died. Obviously the Rubik died first, so experience advantage, possibly getting definitely going the way of NSD, but possibly not going the way that they necessarily wanted. The distribution will be going more levels up on the Invoker. So Storm Spirits level 11, mainly from those successful gangs on a solo hero.
Yeah.
And this Ancient Apparition ultimate is just going to whiff completely. Yeah, the max level Wex means that this Tornado does very, very good work in the mid game.
At the moment, this is actually coming down to just mass TP reactions from eN is costing them, I think, just in gold and experience. Just because NSD have not really... They've always had heroes in other lanes or in the bush farming. We see a smoke coming down from NSD, so it looks like they want to try kill this tri-lane at the bottom.
Oh, Zero moving forward.
What a sentry ward, wow.
Yeah, it also scouts out Circus Ninja, so he's probably going to have to play it quite safe here. Currently sitting at 0 for 4 for 4.
But sorry, as I was saying, while NSD back away, the fact that eN have reacted so hard to mass TP reactions in all of the lanes, and while NSD have carried on the farm, if we look at the gold graph, you can see things are getting out of hand as an engagement starts in top lane. Random Hero is going to go down again for another Doom, using the Potom this time instead of the Storm Spirits, but the result is the same. But yeah, the mass TP reactions from eN are just slowly costing them gold.
Yeah, I mean, they have to respond, because if they don't respond, they'd probably lose like multiple heroes.
Yeah.
But it's still, every TP does cost actual gold. And we see Storm Spirit here zipping around to try and make sure that he doesn't ever make it to max.
Let the fun begin!
Make it to max mana. But, turning it around here, here's a good EMP. And we're going to see Santo definitely die here. Dota Arena coming up. That was a little bit cheeky by him.
That was good reactions from eN. And quite a funny death. Just because he got utterly he realized he had gone too far and mistakes were made, but it was already too late for Santo, unfortunately.
Ruby steals Starstorm, not the spell he wanted. He probably would have preferred Leap or Arrow, but it is a spell that's going to be able to push back some creep lanes, and maybe in some situations they'll be helpful, but I think for the most part they want the enemy lanes to push as much as possible. Morphling desperately needs to get some farm here.
Yeah, eN still have the T1 towers to push. NSD have only got, eN have got their T1 middle, but NSD have taken the other two. Raping Ninja's going to get initiated on, but just pounce on him, he's going to be just fine. So they've still got some money in the bank in terms of if they decide to group up as 5 and push some T1 towers, they can get some team gold onto them quite effectively, but I think for the moment they are more concerned with Clitzy Bananas trying to catch up on as much from us. He's still
forget about it.
More than half, Doom's got more than double the farm of Clitzy Bananas, who's only sitting on CS to the Doom's 107. Even the Storm Panda and Bottom are sitting at almost double as well, so it looks like Raping Ninja's going to spot out Zero here. Zero may be in trouble, Lion's going to come in and stun. This arrow going to be thrown out and Zero's going to be a quick kill, but he might just save his carry's life here, because I'm sure that they were looking for Clitzy.
Yeah, Clitzy's still farming a little bit aggressively here. He, one other thing to notice is that we see a Shadow Blade up now on the Doom, so, and the Sand King's been jungling quite effectively using Sandstorm, and he's now got Blink Dagger, so I think Energy are going to have to play very well to not, like, utterly lose the game in the next team fights. Like, that's how dire the situation is for them.
I have to agree with you. As NSD's mobility increases more and more, I think eN are going to just struggle. Even it's going to be just exponential in the amount that they struggle, just because they have, besides the Morphling, they don't really have heroes that are too good at getting away from, and Timbersaw, I suppose. But the amounts of stuns and hexes that NSD have, Timbersaw is going to have a tough time going to be able to Timber chaining away. But it looks like eN want to make a move here on middle.
I think they want to make a move on top. They've been pinging around him here a little bit. Sand King's trying to be sneaky down the side here.
Middle tower is under attack.
And here comes the dig. Random Hero's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to try to pop off a... He doesn't even have a magic one. I mean, in this situation... And we also see Zero getting popped off here. And the mid tower falling.
Middle
Raping
tower
Ninja.
What you gonna do? Get mad or get
as
even?
expected, Raping Ninjas.
Yeah, Cloud just used his Doom on Zero just to make sure that they get the kill, and Raping Ninja came in, and we're going to see a smoke in the middle lane, so it looks like NSD want to fight even more, maybe pick up Clitzy Bananas in the bottom lane. Clitzy Bananas is going to get back, so I don't think the smoke is going to work out for them at the moment, but maybe they're looking to rush actually. Cloud is pinging towards the rush pit, and he's currently standing here. He's picked up a Shadow Blade, so he's doing just fine.
Yeah. And Mirana's not that far off. Mirana is going to throw a nice arrow in there, but not that far off a Manta Staff. So I think if he sells off his Ring of the Quill enough and gets them, maybe they'll give it to Cloud actually. But yeah, this definitely could be a situation where Energy get caught unawares and a lot of gold going to go their way. Oh, this ALT is going to actually do a lot of damage here. Going to kill and Raping Ninja's taking a lot of damage. He's going to move forward, sell his one, pick up the Aegis and leap away.
Good Age Apparition ulti by LGP. Just scouting out whether or not they were doing rush, and Doom was unfortunately caught with his pants down.
LGP's really been playing well in the last couple of weeks, I think, for Energy. In their game against Bravado Black, he was my man of the match. And yeah, I mean, he just had some very, very clutch Bane plays. Today we see that not as a huge impact player as he was last week, but he's sitting at 2 for 1 for 4, which, what's that, like him and his brother, old Dotarina.
Yeah.
Currently done the best stats. I mean, 2 for 1, 4 for 0, and then Clitzy's at 3 for 2. So
it looks like Energy trying to push this top tower. But I'm sure that NSD are going to try to respond. I don't see why not.
This is very interesting here. We see like good positioning. They're trying to bait out Make My Day. They're coming forward. The arrow's going to hit something, and Make My Day's going to get caught out here. This is actually the beginning of a good fight here. Cloud's going to get stunned. Ball coming in from Santos. Zero gets gooped straight away. Raping Ninja's just doing so much damage. Clitzy Bananas has got a wave. Try a wave to Justice, but he's going to get brought down. So what started off as such a good fight ended off so horribly. And we see Random Hero just gonna die, pretty much. Doing nothing at all.
Yeah, the level death, the mini stun, just stopping him from being able to TP away, and that's 4 dead for eN. So
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
what looked like a good start turned around quite horribly. Santo coming in with the Orchids was a big play from him. Just being able to shut down and crush that Invoker before he was able to get any sort of spell combination off, and then from there on it was just a matter of picking off the rest, really.
Oh! Ancient Apparition ulti nearly hit Raping Ninja before he TP'd out. Yeah, he's got his Manta style up and still got that Aegis, so...
Yeah, it would have been good if they managed to at least get the Aegis off Raping Ninja. He was low in the team fights, but it looked like there was a mix-up in terms of priorities. The eN heroes were sort of all over the show in terms of what they were trying to get, but by that stage of the team fight, I imagined that they were just trying to get away.
The thing is that, I mean, so they got the early kill on, I think it was the Sand King, or
yeah.
on taking quite a lot of damage here, but yeah. Once they got the kill on the Sand King, I think they should just move back, because nothing good can come of engaging on the other heroes. The Lion, unless they killed the Lion straight away, then maybe it would have been fine, but they'd used so much by that stage that, you know, it would have been very hard, I think, for them to be able to do any significant good damage in the team fights. Like, Doom is just way too fat right now.
He's getting a little bit out of control. He's almost at his Shiver's guard. He's just 300 gold away from that, which is going to be even more hairy in a team fight.
The thing is, he hasn't actually farmed like that well at all. He's sitting at just over like 5 creeps a minute. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not like amazing. You know, like 6-7 creeps a minute. That would be like, you know, amazing. That'd be like professional level solo Doom play. But he's just having so much of an effect despite that. I mean, his net worth is huge because he's been making kills, getting assists. He's died twice as well. But I mean, he's got a Shiva's Guard, Shadowblade, and I guess what's helping the most is the Midas. But he's also got his drums for his team, so he's just playing the stock standard or a heavy Doombringer. And what's nice about that for eN is if they make a replicant of him, then they've got all of those on their side as well.
Yeah, the Doom is, and he's just been making sure that every time his Doom is on cooldown, I think he got a good 3 or 4 kills on random hero in that top lane. Random hero 0 for 4.
I really don't understand how random hero could have died so many times. I mean, it's 25 minutes and random hero's just got like a soul booster.
Yeah, basically every time Doom was off cooldown, either Raping Ninja or Santo came up from their lanes and just made sure to secure the kill and got themselves kills along the way, which is why they're doing extremely well as well. I mean, Raping Ninja's 9-0 on his bottom, and Santo's 2-1 and 4, so they're both doing just fine.
Oh, the Ancient Apparition ulti coming forward here. Manta getting used out, and Raping Ninja's gonna skirt away to the side. He's still got that Aegis up for quite a while, so he's being quite aggressive here, doing some good chip damage to this mid tower.
Yeah, all 5 of NSD are sitting here, so they clearly want to fight, and they've got a Blink Dagger at Sand King, so we've got a Shivers and a Shadowblade, sorry, on Cloud, so they're going to be able to get into a fight.
Guys,
almost no hesitation, but it looks like Invoker's images from the Morphling is going to take some hurt in the meantime. Reveal make my day's position.
One thing that I actually didn't say earlier, when I was talking about Lion versus Nina, the one reason that Lion is very good against Morphling and a better pick than Nina. Oh, as this tornado scouts things out, there's an arrow coming, dodge. Oh, Saki's going to catch the random hero to the face. Could be in a little bit of trouble here.
It's just going to take some hits and run away.
Arrow is still enough. But yeah, Lion being able to use Hex on a replicant kills it instantly. So that is one huge positive of Lion. I mean, the thing is that now that the game's got to this point, Lion is like, even though he's 0 for 4 for 7,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's still a situation where he's done well enough at the time where he would be bad.
He's making an impact, yeah.
Yeah. Normally you would see Lion like struggling for levels, desperately trying to pull.
Please? I'm terrified.
There's an arrow going somewhere there. Is it? Oh, just.
It's a Rubik arrow, yeah.
Yeah, a random hero just jumping past. So he pops his Aegis and that heals him back up to full. And he's gonna have Desolate in like no time at all. He's just like 7 or 8 creeps away from finishing that off. And mid tower, we're gonna have to see a strong defense here, but mid is getting pushed out by Glitzy Bananas. Top is gonna start pushing in soon. double range creep stacked up. They really need to get a
green
position
dudes,
and they need to win a
something
fight.
bad is happening.
Quite convincingly. ulti is going to come out quite early. It's actually not going to hit anyone. This is huge. FoJ moving quite aggressively. The arrow coming forward, hitting the replicant once again, and this bottom tower is just taking too much damage. Oh, another arrow actually. And
Good dude's bottom
see
just
that
fell off.
Cloud is moving in quite aggressively here.
He's definitely looking to doom someone. It's just an arrow war going on at the moment. eN can't afford to engage. They're so far behind. I think if you look at the gold graph, it's over 20,000. The experience graph, it's 15,000. So I mean, their disadvantage is huge. So they're pretty much waiting for NSD to make a mistake.
Reminds me of that Warcraft 3 custom map, Run Kitty Run.
Loved Run Kitty Run.
Oh, Santa getting caught out here. The ulti is going to hit as it lands, and he gets just popped off. That was a brilliant execution by the eN guys. We've seen that all game. Especially the Ancient Apparition and the Invoker comboing up. Some say they are a single entity, the twins, but
yeah,
certainly comboing up well enough there to ensure the kill.
Yeah, and that's exactly what eN needs to do at this stage. They're just going to get pick-offs, make sure that NSD are not going to try to push into their base, and just get up as much farm as possible to keep themselves in the game.
They're getting strangled a little bit though. You see that there's only like one safe lane, like very safe lane to farm, and one like kind of safe lane that needs backup, and they don't have any access to their jungle, so they're slowly getting whittled away. As we see LGP just barely dodging that arrow there. And Raping Ninja can shoot arrows all day. I mean, he's got a Desolator coming into mid lane. And we really need to see some just great execution to make pickoffs before NSD kind of snowball as 5.
Yeah, and we see the Desolator pick up on Potom, so he's just going to be checking Rush. The Rush has got just under 2 minutes left, about 1 minute 40 seconds before he gets back into the game. It looks like NSD are going to be waiting for that Roshan before they try to breach high ground. The Desolator is a good pickup. They're going to do a lot more damage to towers with that minus armor. And Potom is doing almost 200 damage a hit now, so those support heroes from eN are going to be very tasty for her if she gets to taste even one hit on them.
And Voka's rushing for that cheap stick. He's about 2,700 away, and I think this is a good play here, getting the split push going, putting them in a position that is going to get them a little bit of gold, a little bit of experience. And they do have some heroes that can slowly like push back any aggression. We don't see a Blink Dagger up on
middle tower is
Cloud9. Oh, and BKB getting used up here. Zero's going to die. This is what the beginning that they've been wanting, the opening that they've been looking for. Making a free pick-off and then moving high ground. We see Dota and Ancient Apparition throws the ulti towards the bot lane. And it's actually going to catch Cloud9, so the tower gets taken down, and the arrow comes forward, going to get dodged up here, but they're going to use Potom ulti to be aggressive. Great warding actually happening right there straight away. So the fake back, something that eN are very familiar with, and they're going for the melee racks, taking a lot of damage. Raping Ninja is still trying to DPS from the side. They're standing in a bad position. Nice stun coming forward there, and Random here is going to get doomed and brought down. Dota is going to die as well. This looks like GG happening here. 3 dead, 1 buyback in the Invoker, and Zero just DPs into his own death.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much going to be the GG. Raping Ninja is going to avoid the MP. It looks like he's
under attack.
The pickup from Circus Ninja was a surprise one, and the fact that he's got a Blink Dagger. They are going to get the Storm Sword with an Ancient Apparition ulti, but looks like LGP is going to pay the ultimate price for it, and that's all 5 down from eN. And
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, Raping Ninja's really low, but he survived.
And with Veil of Discord coming up here and Raping Ninja TPing home, 13 for 22, gold advantage sitting over 25k. Experience almost as bad, but not quite as bad. 16k, and GG gets called out by Zero here. So game 1 going the way of Energy Esports. What a cracker of an opening here by NSD. So they you can tell they want to steal the deal as quickly as they possibly can. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. This is game 1 of the Do Gaming League Premier Division between Energy Esports and NSD FoJ. My name is Noxville. Joining me is DeMoNiK, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for game number 2.
See you now.